Hey y'all, welcome back to Everyday Wine Pairing. This is episode number 11, and today we're making homemade eggplant parmesan sandwiches with fresh homemade red sauce, and we're pairing it with a fantastic French red blend, the Pontificis Grenache Syrah Mourvedre from Trader Joe's. Now let's get into it. I'm starting with the eggplant. I start by peeling the skin off the eggplant, and instead of cutting into discs, I'm slicing it long ways so it fits perfectly on our sandwich bread, which is a fresh baked sourdough loaf from H-E-B. Now here's a quick tip. Eggplant holds a lot of water, and that can make it soggy or bitter if you don't prepare it right. So to combat that, I lay the slices on a paper towel lined baking sheet and salt both sides of the sliced eggplant. Once salted, I let them sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. What this does is help pull out the moisture, which keeps the texture firm and also helps reduce some natural bitterness. After that, we just pat them dry with a paper towel before coating them. While the eggplant is resting, let's mix up our coating. In a bowl, I combine flour, cornstarch, garlic salt, pepper, and dried onion powder. The cornstarch gives a lighter, crispier bite when it's fried, and the seasoning builds that savory crust around the eggplant. Each slice gets coated in our flour mix, and then I place them on a rack for our air fryer. Now air frying is perfect here because it gives that nice crispy crunchy texture on the outside without drowning the eggplant in oil. I go with about 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes and flip it halfway through until both sides are golden and crispy. While the eggplant's cooking, let's get the sauce going. A little olive oil to coat the bottom of the pan. I add some minced garlic and slowly let that sizzle. Meanwhile, I take a can of whole peeled tomatoes and blend them smooth with the immersion blender. I find that gives you a fresh, light tomato flavor compared to the heavy pre-made sauces. Once the garlic has sizzled for a couple minutes, I add the tomatoes to the olive oil and garlic, and bring that to a slow boil and let it simmer down. Simmering thickens the sauce and helps bring everything together. Now for my favorite part, picking the wine. Today I'm going with the Pontificis GSM, a Grenache Syrah and Mourvedre blend that comes from the Languedoc region in southern France. I like to chill it slightly right before serving, maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the fridge, because GSM blends are fruit forward but still structured, and a little chill really makes them refreshing. By now the eggplant is golden and the sauce is bubbling. I like to coat each slice of eggplant lightly in the sauce before layering it in our sandwiches. This way every bite has a balance of crispy, savory eggplant and some bright tomato flavors. Alright, let's check out this bottle. Pontificis is produced by a well-known French producer that focuses on approachable French wines. Trader Joe's actually partnered with them in making this bottle, which is why you only find it in their stores. What makes GSM blends fun is how each grape plays its role. Grenache gives it a ripe red fruit, Syrah adds a little bit of spice and body, and Mourvedre brings earthiness and depth. GSM is one of the two most popular types of red blended wines, the other being a Bordeaux-style red blend that emphasizes on Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. A good GSM is valued as a wine that has balance, extremely food-friendly, and honestly a good value. Now let's pour a little taste. Give it a nice little swirl. On the nose, I get ripe cherries, blackberries, and a little bit of pepper. On the palate, this wine is a medium-bodied. It's juicy with some smooth tannins, but not heavy and overwhelming. This is exactly what makes it so versatile with food. And here's the star, the sandwich. Crispy eggplant, tangy sauce, melted cheese, tucked into some fresh sourdough bread. The acidity of the wine cuts right through the richness, the fruitiness plays with the tomato sauce, and the savory spice from the Syrah complements the breading beautifully. Honestly, this is comfort food and wine pairing at its best. That's it for today's episode of Everyday Wine Pairing. Homemade eggplant parm sandwiches with Pontificis GSM. Simple, affordable, and really delicious together. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment on what's your go-to wine when you're making an Italian-inspired meal at home. And don't forget to check out our playlist for more everyday wine pairing ideas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.